Hi all, greetings from the apocalypse. I'm working from home this week because it's Thanksgiving break, but I am going to show you a little bit of what we did in the studio last week. Yesterday, we fused that nice bezel shut, and today I'm going to show you how to trim it down so that you spend less time sanding and cleaning up, because getting it nice and level on the bottom is the natural next step. But a lot of times, if your bezel wasn't lined up absolutely perfect or whatever, you have to clean up. So let me show you how to use the Joyce Chens to speed that up a little bit. I'm just going to be working at home the rest of the week. I'll be working on my book. I'm working on the new website. I'm still doing test runs on my beautiful new bench, which I'm loving so far. And also, we're supposed to actually get one of the first set of prototypes back from my master setting tool set. Now, we've been working on this for literally like 2 years because we went with a couple companies that were not able to meet the standards that we wanted. So we're basically like back to the drawing board, but I am cautiously optimistic that we have the right match now. Now, when you get a first set of prototypes, there's still always corrections to be made and things you kind of like mark up, so to speak, and send back. But I feel like I've been working on that set of getting that set of setting tools forever and ever. So I am, again, cautiously optimistic that it's actually in sight, being able to produce them and sell them for people, which I just can't wait to have those setting tools ready to go because there's no decent ones on the market and it's so hard for people. I mean, at the studio, I'm always loaning, my handmade ones out, which I don't mind doing, but I only have 1 or 2 of them and I want everybody to be able to have them. So like with everything else, I'll be shouting it from the rooftops when they are ready. But I just heard from Tevel this week that the first set of prototypes should be coming in by, I guess, the beginning of next week. So super excited about that. So I hope you enjoy this little trimming tutorial about how to use your Joyce Chens to speed up your cleanup. Beauties. And I'll pop that over the top so you can see we have a beautiful tight fit. Just goes over it, no extra. That's Susie, she's a rock star. Okay, so in cutting the bezel strip, there was a little unevenness right here, you see, and we need to get that flush. So we can just sand it, but that's kind of a dip there, like a big dip, and it's going to be much faster to cut some of that away and then sand it. So I'm going to use the Joyce Chens, my favorite thing in the whole world. Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Because that's usually what I do when I need to do sanding, is I cut it even-ish and then sand, rather than like sand when you've got like a good millimeter or something to go, because it just takes too long. And what do we say about things that take too long? Fuck that shit. Okay, so this section is higher right here, so I'm going to, and when you're cutting using your Joyce Chens, this is palm up, and we're going to cut counterclockwise. So I'm going to take this like this. You tilt it outward a little bit so that you can get a hold of something. You see, because if you hold it too level, you won't be able to grab a hold. So you can see, you cut a little and slide forward, and cut a little and slide forward. Okay. And you see, like I didn't take it all off, so I'll take a little more off, because usually it's best to be a little more gentle than get too crazy and take too much off at once. Okay? But then that way your sanding will be much less. I mean, sanding is fine.
But I'm not going to use a file, or am I?
You can file a little bit and then sand, but that's sort of the point of the cutting, is to not have to do that too much.
Gotcha.
You got it out?
All right.
Yay!
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to trim on the other side a little bit too, again, so that it's roughly even, and then you can sand a little bit. So you see how you cut a little, and you just keep sliding the scissors forward. I'm just trying to take off just a little bit at a time.
It looks much easier.
It takes practice, this particular hand thing, which is because this is nothing you will ever do in normal life, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But if you practice it, you will get better, and it's really effective. So it's worth learning.
Beautiful.
So now it's like, it's not perfect, you know, but it's much closer so that when you sand, you're not going to be doing it for the rest of your life.
So you would start with
Just some 400 sandpaper on a flat surface and just blend it together. 600 is a little too fine. I mean, it'll work, but it'll just take too long. So usually 400, maybe 320 is what I use when I'm trying to even it out. Okay? I'll let you